Titan Souls is a pixel graphics boss killing game developed by Acid Nerve and published by Devolver Digital. In summary, the story is vague. You are nothing but a single person put into a world of titans to collect their soul and eventually fight the Titan Soul, which is the spiritual source of all living things. There is no dialogue, no lore to read, nothing that I could find anyway, just a Steam description. The game starts off with a beautiful, minimalist title screen with the soothing sound of a flute to guide you into the game. You learn the basic controls of sprinting and dodging and the interesting mechanic of your weapon. You wield one bow and one arrow. You have to either retrieve the arrow once shot, or hold the same button and you can call back your arrow to you. This pretty much dictates the whole pacing of the game, and I'll describe here why shortly. You proceed to your first checkpoint where you notice 4 symbols all grayed out. To any seasoned gamer, you should be expecting 4 bosses to be able to advance to the next stage. So you go and you fight your first boss, a giant slime with a brain in it. Again, as a seasoned gamer, you should catch the hint. Kill the brain to win the fight. Too easy, at least that's what I thought. I shot the slime to initiate the fight. It split, I kept shooting, and then it kept splitting. I was finally hit by one of the slimes and instantly died. Wait, where was my health bar, I thought to myself. Well, in this game, you die in one shot. Accepting this fact, I decided to change up strategies for a little bit. Fuck, dude. Oh my gosh. Fuck! And after multiple deaths, finally I got the brain free and aimed my arrow just right and bam, hit the brain. This is where the beauty of the game comes in, and where the one arrow mechanic that I talked about earlier fits perfectly. In Titan Souls, you die in one hit, but so do the bosses. Each boss has a very specific vulnerability that you must hit with your arrow in order to kill it. As you progress through all the different bosses, you will die over and over. Some fights last no more than 3 seconds. However, with most boss fights, once you figure out how to defeat the boss, you can end the fight in 3 seconds. This is where I kind of have a very small problem with the game. Titan Souls promotes killing bosses in less than 10 seconds or so. After a boss fight has passed a certain short time length, most bosses will have more mechanics to work around. So the game becomes enter the boss room, die multiple times figuring out a one-hit strategy, and defeat the fight in less than 10 seconds. This can become repetitive, however the game is short, so that being the whole point of the game is fine. What doesn't become repetitive is the music. Every boss has its own music that is so awesome and very unique for each individual encounter. The only other complaint I have about the game is that after you advance to the next area, the place you are put in is extremely large and very unnecessarily so. I wish the game was just a little more condensed so I wasn't wasting my time exploring pointless areas just to look at the beautiful environment this game puts you in. Speaking of time, you can beat this game in less than 20 minutes according to a Steam achievement. Also, you can beat the game without beating every boss. Some bosses are locked behind puzzles, some of which I could not figure out so I never got to face them. Once you beat the game on your first run through, you unlock 3 new difficulties that include Hard Mode, which are upgraded bosses, Iron Mode, where you have 1 life, or No Rolls, which is self-explanatory. Overall, this game is very engaging and unique. I would wait for it to go on sale rather than buy it at a $15 price point. Acid Nerve hasn't produced any other games, not on Steam anyway, and I would be excited to see if they're going to put their talent into other work.